General Ban Ki-moon has explained why he decided to remove the Saudi-led coalition from a UN blacklist over child casualties in Yemen. He said the Saudi-led coalition had threatened to withdraw funding from some UN programmes.
This was a very difficult and painful decision I have to make because there are so many much more serious issues. Because of this, you cannot burn down whole house. I'm chief administrative officer of this organization. I have to take care and consider so many crises happening at the same time. While it was quite painful for me, or I accept all this criticism, that's a due criticism. The impression was not good one, as I understand. But despite all these kind of things, I had to make a decision just to keep all United Nations operations, particularly humanitarian operations, continue.
Well, our diplomatic editor, James Bays, joins us now from the UN headquarters in New York. James, Ban Ki-moon said it was a very painful decision for him and a very controversial decision as well.
Yeah, very strong comments coming from the UN Secretary-General about this report that first came out at the end of last week with the name of the Saudi-led coalition in the annex of groups and states that cause violence to children. And, of course, earlier this week we had the Saudi ambassador come and speak to reporters and say this wasn't good enough, that Saudi was included. They questioned the figures and the details that the UN had used. And then shortly afterwards the UN said, no, we're going to do a new inquiry alongside the coalition and we're removing the coalition from the list. But now Ban Ki-moon, in those comments you saw in the last hour, saying that he came under undue pressure, and he's saying that removing the Saudi-led coalition was one of the most painful decisions that he's had to make. Well, moments after Ban Ki-moon spoke, the Saudi ambassador to the UN then came to speak to reporters.
Well, I can only speak for what we did. We did not exercise pressure or intimidation. We made our point clear. We made it firmly. We said this cannot be accepted, and we will not allow it to be accepted, to stand, because we think it is wrong. It is wrong in terms of the procedures. It is wrong in terms of the conclusions. Now, how did the Secretary General feel about that? That's up to him to evaluate.
So a very different account there. The Saudi ambassador saying no threats were made, no pressure was put on, yet Ban Ki-moon saying he faced undue pressure. I think that's where this thing will rest for now, but this report I think will come up again because Ban Ki-moon has made it quite clear that he wants the Saudi-led coalition to send representatives here, and that the decision to remove the coalition from the blacklist is only a temporary one pending a new examination. The Saudi ambassador making it clear this is a permanent delisting of the coalition. So I don't think this has necessarily gone away yet.
James, at the UN, thank you.
I've wrestled with alligators.